Well, good evening, gang, and welcome to It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn Williams, and I'm your host. And to my right and to your left, of course, is the lovely Valerie Eliason.
Hello.
Hello, Val. How are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Great. You having a nice week? Sunlight today.
I know, finally.
Oh, vitamin E. And we're coming to you live from our beautiful Studio B here at BNN-TV. And you're more than welcome to join us if you'd like. We're at 617-708-3290. Great staff of BNN are in the other room answering the phone. So if you want to join us, please give us a call and let us know what's happening artfully in your life or your community.
Yes.
How are you?
I'm good. I've been schmoozing around town a little bit.
You've been getting out and about?
Yeah, I met some great people over at 826 today.
826? What's 826?
826 is right next door to BNN, and they actually do a lot of creative writing workshops with kids in the area.
Really?
Yeah, so it was really interesting. They're having an event coming up called Night of 1,000 Stories.
Oh, we've got to talk to them.
I know.
See if we can't get them in. Well, we're kind of booking.
Yes.
We're moving right along with our summer
Maybe for a Val's
schedule.
View segment.
Oh, the Val's View segment would be great. It'd be great.
Exactly.
How about yourself artfully? You doing anything? You got any projects you're working on?
A couple, actually. Yeah, I'm still working on that mural.
Yep.
For.
Oh yeah, how's that coming?
Good. Yeah. So we're
Got a
still.
guest tonight that does murals, does wall work. You're gonna love them. It's great.
I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah. Talking some graffiti, some spray paint. We got some fine art. I'm excited about tonight's show.
Good.
But where do you stand with the mural? What do you got to do?
So we're still
You
just.
should be talking to the doctor about it. He should give you some tips. He's great.
I hear the doctor knows. So maybe I'll chat with him during the break.
I might be the only one that calls him that. I don't know, but we're gonna find out. We'll dig deep later.
Yeah.
So where is it now? What's the story?
Just waiting for the go-ahead with the time to start working on it. Yeah.
Oh, so it's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. That's exciting. I'm happy for you. That sounds fantastic.
Yeah. What about you? What do you got music going on?
Well, our low budget All Stars release is now May 28th. Mm-hmm. It's I'm inviting you on the air. You have to come to the big release party. It's going to be at Low Budget Records, and we're going to be showing it. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be showing outside the video versions of all of the songs. We're going to be showing some Exile on Main Street video of the songs. Well, let me explain. What it is this we've through the years done these compilations where we've put an email out to all of the people that are affiliated with Low Budget Records and asked them to participate by submitting a couple of songs for a particular group. We did the Beatles, we did the Monkees, and now we're doing the Rolling Stones.
That's right. Yep, I remember.
Yes.
Mr. Kitchen talking about
Terry Kitchen, who was a great guest of ours not too long ago, is a great friend of Low Budget Records. So he's doing a couple of songs, and so it's done. It's done. The artwork is in. The credits are being read over and over and over. You don't realize how the different things that have to happen. You don't just type this stuff together and put it out. Especially when there's this many people involved, because everyone's got to read it 5 times. And after everybody signs off on it, when there's two N's when there's only one N in Glenn, it's my fault. That'll never happen, believe me.
No.
But you're invited. It's the 28th. It's going to be at Low Budget Records. I want you to come. It's in Rosendale.
All right.
Big, huge place. Big, huge area. But up in the lab, it is going to be 24-bit audio running.
Okay.
In the viewing area where the big screen is, going to be the audio 24-bit surround sound mixes, and downstairs will be the videos outside next to the barbecue. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be great.
Okay, some barbecue chicken.
Yes, lots of barbecue things, lots of burnt things. Because we're musicians, we're not cooks. We'll have to invite someone to help us with that. But
I look forward to it.
No, Timmy does a great job. Tim Casey sent the notice out the other day, and everybody's been real excited about it.
Good.
It's a double CD set. So there's 2 CDs plus 2 DVDs of the surround sound set. So it's kind of exciting.
That is pretty exciting.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Farmers Market opens up soon.
It does.
Yep.
It does, in the first weekend in June.
Yep.
That's Saturday. Opposite People from the great Jay Pageant and his band are going to be down playing. They open up the season for us all the time, and it's this 9, 10, 11, 12-piece jazz fusion band that comes and plays with brass and guests that get up and play. It's just an incredible musical event. I'll be there. I'll be running the board and setting up the sound and making sure that everything can be heard.
Good.
It's kind of my gig, so it's a lot of fun.
I saw that we have some special guests in
I am
the
so
studio.
proud. I can't tell. I teach at a school in Rosendale, Sacred Heart, you know, of course. And over the years that I've been there, I've been developing a program, audio-visual program, and kids are encouraged to join the club. It's at a club stage now. It's going to become curriculum soon. It's at a club stage now where the kids learn to use the cameras and do editing and all that kind of cool stuff. And some of them are in studio with us tonight. Right now they're in there watching how the switching is done and probably keeping me out of focus. Am I in focus in there?
Hi guys.
How am I doing? Am I doing okay?
Yes.
But this is, you know, and this is one of the things that this great building does, BNN-TV. It gives kids an opportunity to come in and check out some stuff. Some of our camera people are interns from the different colleges and stuff. And you're right in the thick of things now too, aren't you?
I am, yeah. I've
that's
been
great.
learning some fun membership aspects downstairs with your lovely wife.
With the super producer Janice Williams, we have to shout out to her at home. She's not feeling. She's feeling a bit under.
Feel better, Janice.
She will feel better. We love her and we care. We hope she's okay. She's going to be fine. My mom's there taking care of her.
Oh, good. Okay.
You know, and the fabulous Rebecca.
Naturally.
Who I have to say, her college diploma arrived in the mail today. Congratulations. There is a Bachelor of Science in the building. Isn't that
Congratulations,
cool?
Rebecca.
Congratulations, Rebecca. We'll embarrass her, I don't care. What can she do from Rosendale? We're over here in Eggleston Square, right?
Yeah.
Anything else? You got anything you want to throw out there that's going on?
No, I think we
How's Klaus?
He's good. He is freshy fresh. Yeah.
We're talking about a 75-pound rabbit.
He's 20 pounds.
Looks like he's 70 pounds.
Looks like he's 70 pounds. Yeah.
He's doing great. Well, that's good. I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad. Pretty soon he's going to have all the food he wants because MacArthur's Farms is going to be, they save a whole ton of stuff for you.
He doesn't need to eat any more than he already does.
He's going to be fine.
Yes.
Well, it's very exciting. Well, that's great. Well, listen, you know what we got to do is we got to talk just for a couple of minutes about the great benefit, the people that help us here at BNN-TV and help keep this show on the air. They've been friends of ours for many, many years. The Boston Main Streets program. Boston Main Streets is that volunteer, a volunteer organization that helps revitalize business districts around the city and now around the country and around the world. They have adopted this format for helping business districts that are under, not doing so well and stuff, and maybe some empty storefronts and stuff.
I've actually noticed when I've traveled around a little bit, every time I go to a new city, I see if they have a Main Streets, and they almost always do.
They always do.
Yeah.
Well, it's the formula that works, I mean, it's, first of all, the people that are doing the work and making the decisions are people from the community. If there's a board of 21 people, that's a lot of people, you say, but think about this. 7 of them are residents of the community, people that live in the community raising their families. 7 of them are business owners, people that run a business in the community. And the other 7 are professionals, lawyers, someone from the clergy, some doctors, people that are, professional people. Yeah. A lot of lawyers.
A lot of lawyers.
And what they do is they run these 3 different kinds of committees. One of them is the Economic Development Committee, which works with the property owner to give them all the correct demographic information so they'll put the right kind of business in the storefront downstairs. And then there's the Design Committee, which we love because they help to design the new storefronts. Most of these new businesses are startups.
Yep.
mom and pops, you know. You try and stay away from bringing the Burger King, 2 Burger Kings in, and a Friendlies, and, you know, and what have you. You know, you could, because you want to have something like Jimmy's down in Rosendale Square. Pet Cabaret. You know, these are 2 people that you're going to run into at the grocery store because they live there.
And because the grocery store's right across the street.
Right, exactly. So those are the kind of startups they have. And then the promotions committee. The promotions committee, of course, runs all these amazing events. Yeah. Oh, I know what I did this weekend was I hosted the
Mother's Day Parade.
The Mother's Day Parade.
There's no Mother's Day Parade.
The Rosendale Day Parade banquet and awards dinner. I was the host for that. It was a great event. The place was packed. Lots and lots of great people there. It was great to talk to introduce one of the award winners, Alex Jontis. He's done BNN here. He works with the clerk's office now. He's in the city. But it was great to see. He's been on their committee for years and years. So I got to introduce him for his award.
That's awesome.
And I got to introduce Joe Portalecki, who's been a business owner and been the very first president of Main Streets.
No kidding.
30 years ago, yeah. So he got the Menino Award, which is for community service and stuff. So it was fun.
Good.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun.
You're a natural MC.
Oh, it was cool. You know, I put a microphone in my hand. Don't think something's going to happen.
Yep.
The other thing we talk about, of course, is this building. Tell us a little bit about this building.
Well, this building used to be the energy power station for the Orange Line, right?
Right, that ran down Washington Street from Forest Hills to downtown.
Yeah, and then BNN came in and they said, hey, we're going to take that over once it shut down, and they didn't need this giant generators anymore, and made the amazing BNN studios that it is today.
Yeah,
the Timothy Smith Lab downstairs.
Timothy Smith Lab downstairs, which is really exciting, which is a state-of-the-art computer lab where all the editing and stuff is done.
Yep.
The station you're watching now is the nonprofit. If you have a nonprofit and you want to come in and talk about what you cats do and what your mission statement, bring some guests, and this is the place to do it.
Yep.
Then the other station, 23, is Access, where you join and you become a member and you learn how to use these amazing cameras, Final Cut Pro, how to do audio and how to do lighting, just like 4 members of the Sacred Heart crowd are in there doing right now.
You take classes and take out the equipment.
Stuff, yeah. You know what? Why don't we turn the station over to channel 23 so that they can get a quick peek of what's happening. There you go.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, red copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings. These are a few of my favorite things.
Looks like one of Mr. Kurt's old shows.
It does.
But that's what, that side, you get to sign out the cameras like you were saying, go and film the local
parade, Rosendale Parade.
Rosendale Parade or the banquet or the debates and stuff. Come here, edit it, and they put it on the air.
Yep.
Very, very cool.
Very, very cool.
If you're interested in doing any of that, go to www.bnntv.org.
Click on Janice Williams or Jim Atwood's name.
Those are the 2 people you want to talk to, and they'll get you into the membership and get you started here, get your classes all arranged and signed up and stuff.
Yes.
How's that?
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got a Val's View?
I do.
Oh, come on. You know what we're going to do is, because we've got a great show tonight.
Yep.
We got 3 fabulous artists that are going to come and talk a little bit about what they've been doing. So enough of us. I've been running wild here. Listen, gang, you're watching BNN-TV's It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn Williams. This is Valerie Eliason. We'll be back in just 1 minute. Please do not go away. Well, welcome back, gang. Thanks an awful lot for hanging in there. You're watching BNN-TV's It's All About Arts. My name's Glenn Williams, and I'm your host. And I wanted to remind everybody that this show will be available on YouTube in just a couple of days from now. If you go to your station and type in the words It's All About Arts and the number 1, you're going to be able to see this show again. You're going to be able to see all of the other shows that we've been doing over the years and some surprises there. And also, could you please go to our Facebook page and friend us, like us, or whatever the phrase today is. Get over there and do that so that we can, and that's not just about the show. That has all kinds of different things that are happening artfully around the New England area. It's all kinds of Val's Views there. The show's available there too. So that's kind of the place to really congregate. We're getting a lot of likes, and we're very, very proud of everyone's participation. But right now, it is time for what's become a great segment in our show. It's featured every week in the Boston City paper, and it's done here first. So folks, sit back, relax. It's time for Val's View.
Thanks, Glenn, for that wonderful introduction. So we have a couple things going on in and around Boston over the next couple of weeks, especially with the warmer weather coming up finally after these 2 horrible rainy weeks that we've had. So first off, we have projections. It's Art Larger Than Life. It's going on Saturday, May 14th, so this Saturday, from 7 to 10 p.m., and it's going on in JP at the Sam Adams Brewery Complex. So this is a unique and very temporary art installation that you'll get to see. It's going on in and on the walls of the brewery complex. There's going to be multimedia projections, music, snacks, food, drinks, lots of stuff for everyone to do, and it's only going on for a few hours on the 14th. So you definitely want to go down and check that out, because once they turn the projectors off and the sun comes back up, then you're not going to be able to see it anymore. So go check that out if you're in the JP area. It is free, so no excuses not to go, because you don't have to buy tickets. So second on the list, we have the Revere Beach Kite Festival. It's going on Sunday, May 16th. It starts off at 11 a.m. and goes for most of the day. It's going on at Revere Beach, of course. So you get to head down to the beach with the family, bring the kids, and there's going to be chances and crafts and activities for everyone in the family. You get to build kites, decorate kites. If you have your own kites, you can bring those down. There's going to be professional kite flyers, and there's also going to be music and lots of snacks for everyone. So go check that out if you are interested in soaking up some warm weather and maybe sticking your toes in the sand. Third on our list, we have the Somerville Porch Fest. So that's going on May 21st from noon to 6, all over the neighborhoods of Somerville. So a lot of the different neighborhoods around Boston have been starting to have porch fests each year. They're really great chances to sort of get out, explore your community, maybe meet local musicians and catch some free shows. It's an incredibly awesome chance to use the most underutilized venue in all of Boston, which is the porch. I feel like people don't spend much time on their porches, and this is a great way to sort of hang out with your neighbors and your friends and meet people. So it's free for everyone to check out and to walk around the neighborhoods, see different music that's playing. You know, they have Bollywood music, they have jazz music, all different kinds of music. So go check that out if you're in the Somerville area. And hopefully the weather stays nice enough for you to enjoy all those events. It's always my pleasure to bring to you the fun things that are going on in and around the city of Boston. Without further ado, I'm going to shoot it over to Glenn. He's got 2 amazing guest artists for you to see and check out some of their work. So over to you, Glenn.
Thank you, Val. That was a great Val's View as usual. Thank you very much. Porch Fest, yes, it's very, very exciting. There's one in Rosendale too, and Jamaica Plain. So get over to that Somerville one. It's a lot of fun. They've been doing it for a lot of years. Those cats have their stuff together. But without further ado, it's my great pleasure and honor to introduce you to Matthew Green. Hello, Matthew.
Hey,
is it Matt or Matthew?
Either or.
Matthew. We're going to stick with Matthew, all right? And old friend Dre Woodberry. How are you, buddy?
Good, sir.
It's so good to see you.
You too.
How you been?
Doing very well. How have you been?
Great. These are old Boys and Girls Club friends. We've gone through all the Boys and Girls Club stuff together, and it's what a great organization. We've had them in here a dozen times, and it's good to know that you guys, have had a big part of making all of the things that was happening there successful. So I'll say thank you very much, for all the dedication to the kids. And you're still doing stuff with kids, aren't you? Tell me a little bit, Matt, about what you're doing artfully these days. Besides being a great painter, right?
Well, usually I do graffiti and illustrations and stuff like that, but now as I'm like progressing to a new field of work, I'm a professional dancer on the side.
Are you really?
Yeah, so I break dance and
Do
everything.
we have music? No music? Oh, see. I thought you'd bring some music with you. That's great. That's amazing. So you're a multifaceted artist. That's great. But let's talk about if you had to categorize yourself as a painter. I know graffiti is one thing, but there's a finer art, a finer aspect to graffiti. What kind of a painter would you say you are? Is it abstract or?
I'm very experimental.
Okay.
Because like usually I don't stay in one style all the time.
Okay.
But like I'll try to like just float around.
Right. Is painting something you've been doing for a long time now, or is it something you've kind of picked up?
Just picked up.
That's great. Well, that's the kind of story I like to hear, because we've got the artist in the studio that studied and went there and did all of this and stuff, but somebody who kind of grabbed it and picked it up and started, experimenting, like you're calling it. Your style of art is that experimental stage where you're kind of growing with it as well, which is good. And you're working with some kids too.
Yeah, I was working at the Boys and Girls Club. That's the recent one I was doing, just being the athletic director there, just doing the whole sports thing. And then now I moved away from that into this. So me and Dre, we're trying to come up with a nonprofit organization where we work around kids, teach them art.
That's great. That's something that's needed so much in this city. Dre, you know about that. The public school system these days, it's one of the first things that get cut. So kids need some kind of an outlet, someplace they can go to get an artful experience.
Absolutely, and I believe that art is a great tool to get out a lot of that anger that kids have sometimes, as well as being able to express themselves.
Right.
And a lot of kids really want to be introduced to the arts in many different ways, but just don't know how.
Yeah.
So really want to open that up to them. Give them something to do also.
Right.
After school hours too. Really trying to curb violence that is happening in our city, as well as curbing chronic absenteeism in schools. We really want to push our kids to be successful, basically, and part of that is actually going to school.
That's a big part of it, going to school, staying in school. That's a great point. I remember when you and I were out on the island working together, and we were discussing trying to get some equipment so that we could do some of the work that you do. Why don't you describe some of the what kind of an art form is it that you're working with?
I'm actually working with airbrush art, and I like to consider myself a fine artist.
Absolutely.
Really trying to focus on photorealism as much as I can.
Right.
But I really love to do T-shirt designs as well.
Yep.
And actually just do work on wood, metal, aluminum, anything basically the paint can actually stick to.
I got a doctor T-shirt at home.
Yes, it does. Yes, you do.
It's very cool.
And then
I don't know why I didn't wear it tonight. Perfect opportunity to, say, look what I've got on.
Right. And then I remember doing your
My
guitar case. Right.
That came out. He did a guitar on my guitar case. And that still goes to gigs,
Nice.
And people still say, wow. That's right. Doctor's in the house. Do you have a specific space where you work, Matthew? I mean, is there do you have a gallery space or studio where you can kind of sit back and kind of do some work, or?
Up here.
Up here, okay.
Because I'm like always on the move, so it's
That's
always
okay. No. There's nothing wrong with a virtual studio, because I like to talk to artists about how, especially someone like yourself who does. Oh, you know what? Let's take a look at some of this. This one first. I like this one a lot. I'll hide behind it while you tell us a little bit about it.
This is one of the pieces I'm experimenting on my this series I'm going through is emotional series. So like I'm just trying to use tape in a whole new different way.
Yeah.
And this is like a simpler form of just explaining how you feel. So this is sad. So you have the boat on the water and there's a storm. So you go through the storm and you have troublesome time in your life when you're sad and everything.
Yeah. There are storms in our lives. There's no question about that. We got a couple of more here. This is the red. This one is.
And then this is anger, and because this is like the brain right here, the pink part right here, and then you kind of like black out, and then here's the flame just bursting up, and then all this like just erotic energy just.
I see it.
It's just coming out of nowhere. So I like that one. I like the red.
Yeah, I do too. Are you using painter's tape? Or is there a specific type of tape you're using?
Yeah, painter's tape.
That's very cool. Well, these are on wood too, right?
Yeah. I got them cut at Lowe's.
That's right.
And then this one is happy, so people be like, oh, flowers, sunshine, and I like the grass part. I really like added the strokes and just had to have a paint fan on there, so I had to dry it while I'm painting.
Right.
It was really awesome progress.
Very cool. What inspires you? Is it an emotional trip for you?
Sometimes it is, but most of the time I just see stuff and then just want to draw it.
Right.
So when I'm on the go, I'm like, okay, that building looks kind of cool. Let me just do a landscape and then add
So you have to discover your pieces. Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, that's a great way to work. I mean, I know some artists that every day downstairs 4 o'clock till 9 gonna paint. And I can't work that way. I have to be inspired by something to get me going on that end of it. Are you showing any place? Is there a art show coming up, or is there an opportunity? I can tell by that we've got to find some place for you.
Yeah, definitely.
We can find a room to hang your work in. That's great. And are you featuring it on any websites or anything like that?
Not as a moment, but we're working on.
Yeah, well, you're working on your thing, where this kind of an organizational thing that you want to get going on, and where you're working with younger citizens. That's great. Am I going here, Dre? Top?
Yes.
And this is Dre's work.
So this first piece here is just a pit bull. I love pit bulls. I'm a huge dog fan. So that was just something I came across of and was inspired over the internet. So just wanted to do a quick image there.
Now, just so people understand, it's a nozzle with an airbrush with a compressor, right?
Yes.
And it feeds the paint onto the. This is canvas. This one.
Yep. And I like to specifically work at low pressures. Some airbrush artists actually like to work at higher pressures and get speed things out. But when I was out in Denver, Colorado, actually at one point in time, I met a great artist out there, Dominic Mendez. He taught me slow and low is the best way to go.
Yeah,
so I started to really hone in on that and practice.
Enjoying the process too.
Absolutely, and it's therapy to me as well. So just being able to sit down sometimes for a few hours, although I've developed carpal tunnel from it. But
it's a good carpal tunnel.
Yeah, exactly. It hurts, but it's a great hurt.
I got it from playing bass too much. So what?
So
I like this one too.
So this piece here is Zeus. It's one of my first all freehand airbrush pieces. Really just taking my time and really getting a lot of the details out. And these are actually 2 to 3 different images I actually pieced together and created this one image here. So very proud of it. That's why it's framed.
Yes, it's beautiful. It really is. Yeah. We talk all the time about what inspires us, and the meaning behind some of our work. This next piece is very, very strong, and I know it means a lot to you.
Absolutely. So this piece is actually dedicated to my cousin Marquise Waith, who was the victim of gun violence actually earlier this year. So I really just wanted to do something to dedicate to him. And this really was, me taking my time and really sharing that moment with him. I felt like, there were a lot of moments that I was not able to share with him. So this was my moment with him. And this is actually going to go to his girlfriend, for her to have and be able to hold on to that. So,
there's lots of people that have photographs and different mementos of somebody that they love their life, you know. But was this a difficult piece to do? I mean, for an artist to share an emotion like that, I want to just go ahead and say it was difficult to do.
At times, yes, I can definitely say it was, and other times I, just sit up there and kind of like laugh, as if he's in the room with me, and kind of just be like, I got you right here, as I'm going on certain, parts of the face and bringing details out and things like that, and I know he would definitely be happy with that.
That's great.
So,
tell me, where is the organization looking? How you guys set up? How you guys gonna? What's the name of it gonna be?
The name of it is going to be Arcadia Art Design.
Arcadia Art Design.
And right now we're just in the starting phases of, just trying to piece things together in terms of our mission statement, as well as, really just developing our plan.
Yeah. It's going to be a nonprofit?
Yes, it's going to be a nonprofit, an artist collective at that.
Very nice.
So we want to really just bring on other artists to come on and do the work we love to do. Actually, is working with kids and really trying to make a difference in the city of Boston. So,
if there's any way we can help you here at It's All About Arts, let me know. I mean, even if it's just to sneak you in here to tell the people a little bit more about what's going on. Let's not be strangers. I haven't seen this guy in a couple of years. It hurts me when I think about it, But Val and I are sincere about that. If you have something you need to get out there, let us know what we can do to help, okay?
Absolutely. Thank you both.
Thank you so much for being
you, sir.
here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having
Doctor,
us.
thank you, brother.
Always a pleasure.
Does he do that all the time? He does, doesn't he? No, he doesn't. No, that's love. That's what that is. Thank you guys for being here. I really do appreciate it. Listen, you're watching It's All About Arts. My name is Glenn. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We're only halfway there. We got another great artist coming up. We're going to be talking about all different other kinds of things. So please, do not go away. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Oh no. I hope I was loud
Different view, dream come true. Bolts of lightning from the blue. lost my soul to rock and roll. 'Cause rock and roll will set you free.
Welcome back, gang. Thanks very much for hanging in there with us. I appreciate that. Great stuff from Matthew and Dre. I really appreciate artists that are striving out there not only to do their art but for a cause, and that's our younger citizens need it badly. And I'm glad to see that there are some people that are going to push that in that direction. But now it's my great pleasure and honor to introduce you to Eddie Bruckner. Eddie, how are you, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Thanks an awful lot for coming in and visiting us tonight.
Thanks for having
Did
me.
you find us okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad. Right on Washington Street here. I'm going to ask you the same kind of question that that I kind of led off with Eddie. If you had to categorize yourself, let's say you're designing a website or something, and there's a drop-down menu with all the different kinds of genres and different kinds of art and stuff. What would you categorize yourself as a kind of artist besides fabulous, of course? But.
Thanks. Basically, I'm a abstract acrylic painter.
Okay.
I do some sculptures as well.
Oh, you do?
But mostly painting and some mixed media as well.
How long have you been at this? How long has art been part of your thing?
Well, art has been really part of my life since I can remember.
That's good.
I think when I look at some of the paintings that I did early on, I did it in my high school art class, and I had a great teacher who I would skip lunch and stay
Go
after
hang out
school
with
and
him.
hang out with him. And he really encouraged me to push my limits and introduced me to new media, and really kind of was a great.
That's great. I teach the younger set. I teach middle school and elementary and preschool kids. And I can see it with them too. I mean, just the excitement that getting into the art room and being able to, that's what we were talking about earlier. A lot of that's being taken away from the schools in our communities, not just here, but all across the country. But you're a prime example of what a good art teacher can do for somebody to get them to keep doing their thing. Has acrylics always been your medium, or?
Yeah.
Yeah, you stuck with it, huh?
Yeah, I stuck with it. And now I'm really kind of experimenting a little bit mixing acrylic paints with some other materials like paper and
nice.
To provide some texture.
Yep.
Ground glass to create kind of a sparkle to some
Sand.
of the.
I use sand a lot.
Yep, I've done some work with pumice stone.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
We got to see some of your work beforehand, and you have a very particular, awesome style to your work. I mean, you use like prime colors very commonly. Like, is there a particular artist that you pull inspiration from, or where did you sort of develop your style along the way?
Well, I have a lot of, great artists that I admire. Mondrian is one that a lot of people kind of say my work kind of reminds them of. But I love Roy Lichtenstein and Ellsworth Kelly, and so yeah, it's been, visiting galleries kind of is another source of inspiration for me in my art.
I'm an abstract painter myself, and do you set an atmosphere for yourself? I mean, is there talking heads going on in the background at 9 when you were painting?
I can't remember when I was a kid.
No, I'm talking about now.
But now,
Yeah.
now I often play music. It's either Madonna or like a techno music, electronic.
So music is a connection there. I mean, it kind of puts you in the mood.
Gives me energy, and it's kind of, I think, adds to the fun nature that I'm trying to convey with my artwork.
Do you have a dedicated space to work in?
At home, I have a home studio.
That's
yeah.
great.
Yeah.
You know, the thing I like about that is that, and I've been contradicted by saying this, and it's okay to do that, is that I like my space to look the way it did when I left it. I don't want to have to set up again, you know, and I'll move stuff around and stuff. Is that a benefit for you too?
Yeah, because then you know where everything is, everything is, and where you drop something on the floor, it's still there.
It's still there, right where you left it.
Exactly.
Can you work on several pieces at once?
Yeah, actually, I do that oftentimes because a lot of my paintings have a illusion of mosaic tile that kind of goes throughout them. So I often do a series of two or 4 paintings at a time.
Okay. I know that you've brought in some. Are you showing anywhere?
I've been in a lot of juried shows
Nice.
Over the course of the year, throughout the years.
Are you from the area?
I'm from New Jersey originally, but I've lived in the Boston area for a number of years.
Some great open studios around here.
Yeah, I was just in Needham Open Studios.
Nice. We had them in for a little while. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I know Valerie, you mentioned the
the projections.
I'm going to be.
You're
my art's going to be on the wall.
Nice!
That's this weekend too,
Congratulations!
this Saturday,
Weekend,
right?
yeah. So thank you for plugging it.
Of course.
It's the
Go
function.
down to JP this week.
JP,
Right.
you'll have it.
See Eddie's work.
I'm also part of this turn on the in Austin. They're doing Zone 3 on Western Avenue.
Yeah.
There's a place called Barry's Shop, and they have kind of art displays. I actually painted a vintage radio that's on display there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so you're getting the work out there. That's great. Now, before we get to your stuff, I think it's an important question to ask, because there's a lot of young artists out there listening to us right now. The promotion of your work, does that come easy for you, or is there someone helping you do that, or is it kind of like 50% of what you got to do?
Yeah, I've starting to really kind of get into the business aspect of the art side of it, and promoting my, I have a website and promoting my artwork on Facebook and Twitter and all of that. I have an art blog.
Oh,
that,
great!
Whenever I travel, I tend to write about some artwork I've seen or public art.
Oh, that's great. So you're engulfed in it. That's great. That's great. You know what? Let's take a look at some of your work. You can talk us through what we're looking at.
Okay.
So, here we are.
So this is one painting. It's on 3 canvas panels called Live, Love, Eat. This is actually the first painting that I did that that I started using the illusion of mosaic tile, and just kind of saw this wall and kind of was inspired by it.
Now, do you freehand the image of the mosaic tiles, or do you sort of tape off certain areas to get really crisp lines, or you're just naturally good at making crisp lines?
I use tape to make crisp lines, but each mosaic tile is hand done, freehand. Yeah.
I like to live, love, eat.
I know, I like the last part the best.
Okay.
And then this kind of I made the mosaic tiles on a plane, and like you mentioned, use of primary colors.
Yeah.
Is this still a drawing or a painting, or that's not real mosaic, right?
No, it's not real mosaic. That's all acrylic paint.
That's great.
Yeah, and those are 24-inch square canvases, 4 of them put together.
I like that effect when you put pieces together like that.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to move through these, because, okay.
Yeah, this is what I call a mosaic color grid, and the one, the smaller one there was actually in the first juried show that I got into, the Cambridge Art Association's
good group.
National show. So I was excited to be part of that show, and
Good.
And I think the curator of the MFA in Boston was the juror that year, so I'm very happy with that.
That's okay.
I love the geometric, sort of feel that you have to these. It's great. It really ties everything all together.
More dogs.
Yeah, and so this is something new for me. Is I've kind of branched into doing some dog paintings, and some of the mosaic tiles. I don't know if you can tell, are kind of little dog bones.
I saw. Yeah, I love that.
So just kind of making it fun, and
That's great.
yeah. and a lot of people seem to really like those. So.
Okay.
And this painting, the Disney logo, that's Disney Times Square, and that kind of, I was walking in Times Square and took a photo, and it inspired me to do this painting. This was just at the Milton Art Center for their juried show, their
Another
first
great
annual.
group over there.
The juror was the founder of Artscope magazine.
Uh-huh.
And then the other painting shows my use of my stencils, and I like how, stencils, everything's kind of rigid and exact, but when I want to do the exact opposite, so I want to put things in different orders and smudge them, and I kind of like that contrast. And this painting
It's very mosaic-like. It's almost hard to believe it's even a painting.
Yeah, right. That's the effect you're getting. It's great.
Yeah, and this uses the ground glass to make it really sparkle. The heart.
Wow.
Yeah, and this one just sold. So,
That's great.
yeah, and this one uses paper and to create kind of texture underneath the paint, and also the use of Boston maps. So this one's called Awesome Road Trip to Boston.
Nice.
Cool. We got time for one more. Oh, no, that's it. No. Are you sure? Is there going to be a show coming up that's going to feature just you? Where are you getting one of the wings of the Isabel Gardner or something like that I don't know about?
Well, that would be great. I would love that. That's my goal, is to be in a gallery, and yeah.
I guess, did I ask if you can work on several pieces at a time?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's something you're comfortable with? Because I've always had a problem with, putting a piece down.
Right.
How long does a piece usually take you? Acrylic dries very quickly. You kind of have to be on there.
Yeah, I don't always have a lot of time to paint, but when I do, sometimes I work really fast, and sometimes it takes me several weeks to finish a painting.
Do you work it out in your head first? I mean, is it something that you chew on for a while, and so when it comes time to put the brush in the paint, you kind of know what direction you're going in?
Yeah, I mean,
you've already taken
it's
the
funny you ask
adventure.
that, because like 90% of the time, painting's kind of completed in my head.
Okay.
And maybe I'll do a sketch and figure out where a line goes, and
That's interesting.
how I'm going to use the illusion of the mosaic tile to kind of create balance or dimension or center of interest.
Right. That's fascinating. That's great, because mine is a complete journey, and I know what I want to do, and 8 out of the 10 times I don't end up at the same place, but I end up with something, and then I have to kind of figure it out from there. But Eddie, I want to thank you for being here. Don't be a stranger. Please let us know where you're going to be gigging, and where we can, what's the website people can go to enjoy more of your work?
EddieBruckner.com.
How do you get that? That's so fortunate of you that was available. Yeah, they just put it up. That's
Okay,
great.
great.
Perfect.
I want to thank you for coming in. Please don't be a stranger. Let us know what's going on so that we can let people know where they can go and see. Photographs are one thing. Live art is a whole different story.
Right.
I mean, the colors are so much richer, and it's just so much more stuff going on. Thank you.
Thank you so much for
Will
the
you say
opportunity.
goodnight with us?
Absolutely.
Okay, listen.
All right.
Valerie, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure to spend this time with you. Thanks for being here with us.
That was a good show.
Thank you guys in the booth. Thank you, Sacred Heart. You guys are awesome. Thank you for being here. It was a lot of fun. Big shout out to the girls and guys out there. Is Tiana, hello? Lay Ray, there he is. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah. Make sure we get everybody in there. Those kids are so much fun.
I heard they already started their own show in there.
They've already signed up for another show?
Yep.
That's good. Okay, good. They can do that. Listen, gang, get out there and do something awful for yourself. Pick up the city paper and check out Val's View, please, so that you can go and be on time for some of the things that are coming up. And also, please remember to like us on Facebook, and this show will be up on our YouTube station very, very soon. You can check it out. And thank you, guys.
Yeah, you have
And like I like to say every week, and would love to someday not have to, please keep in the forefront of your minds our mothers, fathers, sons and daughters, aunts and uncles, nieces and nephews on foreign soil. Please do something artful, do it for them. Remember them, they'll remember you, right? Listen, gang,
Absolutely.
we'll see you later, okay? Bye-bye now.
Bye.